If you watch videos like this one and other self-improvement videos and you read books on this topic, then you're not as normal as you think. Because think about most people, what are they doing right now? Think about your classmates or the people that you used to go to school with. What are they doing right now? Well, one of them is probably playing video games. Another one is eating junk food. Third one could be, scrolling on social media. And the fourth one might even be watching pornography. Compare yourself to those people. Even if you haven't taken action and you're still in the phase of being addicted to watching self-improvement videos and procrastinating and not really taking action, do you really consider yourself as equal to those people? I'm not saying that you should feel better than them, but you're not like them. Think about them. These people, they've never heard about the concept of meditating or actually trying to improve themselves. So when you go about your life and you see these people and you look at yourself, why are you still associating with them? Because you're not even close to being like them. So when you see like your friends or the people that you call friends, if you have some, they might be like more popular and people will talk more to them, and you might be like kind of wanting to get that feeling also that people want to talk to you and being popular. But why would you want to be popular with people who are literally brain dead? Like people who are destroying their liver every weekend and fucking up their mental health and wasting every single hour the whole day they have. Why do you want to associate with them and be popular around them? Because you know the analogy that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So if you spend your time with 5 losers, like people who don't do anything with their life and they just make it worse, then don't you think you'll become one of them? So stop trying to tell yourself that, oh, I feel so bad because, I'm not that popular and these people, they seem to be more popular and their life is more happy than mine and they even make a little bit more money. I'm sacrificing all of this comfort and they still get more than me. And you might say that, but remember, as a teenager, the body evolves and you evolve. So even though they're literally declining in a lot of stuff, their body is still evolving. So they might have done something that when they were kids that would scale them upwards, and then now that they stopped, they still see like the results from what they did when they were younger, and you might not have done that. So you're not seeing it because self-improvement is like the compound effects. It's exponential. So for a long time it goes like really slow, and then suddenly the pace starts to pick up and you see it goes faster and faster and faster. And that's not only with improving yourself. So it can take you 10 years, and at 10 years in self-improvement, the pace you are improving is way faster than the pace now or when you've just started. Because you know more, even though there's not as much to learn, you'll have an easier time learning new stuff because you've already accomplished a lot of stuff. And that same principle applies to your life declining. So today if you get drunk, today if you smoke weed, or today if you watch Netflix for 5 hours, it might not hurt so much and it might get you happy today. But think about doing those habits every single day for 10 years. How do you think you'll feel in 10 years when you've done all of those things for 10 years? Think about that. Self-improvement, the only one concept that you need to know of is delayed gratification. The whole idea with self-improvement is delaying gratification so that you can get the benefit later on. Because if you're not sacrificing comfort right now to make a better life for your future self, you're indulging in comfort right now and creating a worse life for your future self. So every time you indulge, tomorrow will be worse. It will be harder to not do that again. But every day that you do the hard actions, do the stuff that you don't want to do but is what's going to change life, that is actually what's going to change your life in 10 years. Because just think about it. As I said, if you eat junk food for 10 years, even though it's just a little bit, it will make your health worse. But if you cut it out in 10 years, you'll be way more healthy than the guy who have eaten junk food for 10 years. And that's just an example. So think about those people again. Why do you want to associate with them? Because this is lonely. Like nobody is going to understand you. Think about it. You're literally the only person who cares about delaying gratification and improving himself. These people, they don't care. They care about what's going to make them the most happy now. Like, they care about happiness. You care about being happy, being content, feeling purposeful. That's the difference. They want to be happier. You want to be happy. And happiness is in the long term. Being happy is something that you can be every single day because you know what you've done. You know that you've put in the work, and therefore you can be content and feel fulfilled. Whereas these people, they chase happiness, like they chase being happy in the short term. When they eat the junk food, it feels good right now, but when they're done, they feel a little bit disgusting. They're bloated. Now they don't really want to go do the work that they were actually supposed to do. Do you see what I mean? There's a difference between chasing happiness and creating a happy life. Because when you're doing delayed gratification habits, you can't, sit there at when you're sitting there at the train station or wherever you're sitting and you see other people. You can't sit there and not smile knowing what you do every single day and who you are and the work that you've put in. Whereas other people who've just procrastinated, done all the bad habits and indulged, they will literally sit there scrolling on their phone and thinking to themselves, oh, I have bad mental health, I don't really like myself. And you'll be the only one sitting there looking around like this and thinking, man, deep inside I'm actually happy and fulfilled. Because you're not chasing the same kind of happiness that they are. And so if this journey requires you to be alone, if it requires you to cut off those people, then so be it. Because even though it's hard not really having any friends for a long time until you find people that are at your level, that hard is harder than sticking with those people and knowing that you had this big, huge potential and you didn't live up to it. Think about it. Choose your hard regrets or, doing something that is going to hurt for a long time and then suddenly it pays off. Because when you get successful, will you be talking to people who are literally wasting their life, destroying their liver every weekend and not going anywhere? You probably won't. You'll be talking to people who are at your level, or at least people who's actually trying to improve. So that's why I've also created a Discord server which you can join down below. It's like a brotherhood where I try to get as many of you in there. So, because I know that this is a lonely path. I've made videos about it 2 times because I was actually shocked that it was gonna destroy every social interaction you've had before. Because the people that you thought were your friends back then, you realize what a real friend is when you get onto self-improvement. Because they're the only ones who will actually support you and stay with you, even though they're doing, you're doing stuff that they don't really, are interested in. So I've created this server that you can join, and that is where you can kind of make more new friends, because this is a lonely path. It's not easy because every day that these people might be having fun right now and you're sacrificing so much comfort and you don't even have anyone to speak to, and that's hard knowing that. But just know that when you actually, in a couple years, months, maybe years, I don't know how long it will take you, you will find someone who's at your level who you can speak to. And again, is the relation that you have with these people actually something that's worth keeping? Because are you really sacrificing anything other than, not feeling lonely? Because the only reason you're probably with those people is that if you weren't with them, you would feel lonely. They don't give you any value. So what is really the sacrifice other than not being lonely? So you're only taking on one bad part, but think about how much more you're going to be able to do. Because still, if you don't have anyone to surround yourself with, you might say, oh, who are the 5 people I surround myself with? But you consume content like this. You read books, you take courses, you have mentors. When you read a book, you're still around a person because you're literally, as if he's talking to you through the words. So you're basically being around that guy in the book. And when you're watching this video, you're basically being around me. And I'm trying to do the same thing as you. You might be longer than me, I might be longer than you in the journey. But we're still trying to achieve the same thing. To not feel like shit and not, we want to like ourselves and actually feel purposeful and do the stuff that will create a good life for us and not feel this like feeling dull all the time and not really wanting to do anything in life and feeling it's just like meaningless. You don't want that feeling, and that's the same pain that I have, and I've sort of come away from that, and I'm trying to get completely away from it. You might not have done that, you might have also done that, but we're still trying to do the same thing. So by surrounding yourself with people that might not be able to, you can't really speak to me. Of course you can comment and you can join the server, the brotherhood, but you can't really like speak to me. I'm mostly speaking to you, but you're still surrounding yourself with me. So the point I'm making is that those people that you consider your friends, they aren't benefiting you. The only thing they're doing is that they are making you feel as if you're not lonely. And how much of a benefit is that compared to all the negative they're giving you? So I hope also that this motivates you a little bit, because I've made a video on how it's pretty much easy to beat the 99% of people, and it really is nowadays, because when you think about pretty much all of your classmates, let's take them as most people are like that. So let's say in your class there are 25 people and you're one of them, and you can't think about one person who's actually trying to improve their life. You're literally the only person. So I don't know how much percent that is, probably like you're the 1% out of 99. So it's easy to beat the 99%. And this encourages you because you're literally the guy watching videos on how to improve his life. Just think about that compared to anyone you know. Do you really think they're watching videos on how to improve their life? Obviously not. You've never, nobody's ever told you about the concept of improving your life like this. We play life as a video game. They play video games. They get the results in game and get status in there. We get the results in real life and get the status in real life. They get the cool feeling of achieving all sorts of stuff in the video game. We get the cool feeling of achieving stuff in real life. That's the difference between me and you and the people that waste their life. So stop caring that you're not normal, because today most people who are not normal, especially in this way, is probably a good thing, because do you really want to be the guy that just wastes his life, and when he's 30 he wants to not even live anymore? He feels dull. His dopamine receptors are fried completely because of the years he's lived before that. Do you really want to be that person? And if you don't want to be that, which is probably your answer, else you wouldn't be watching a video like this, then why are you with the people whose life is going to look like that in 10 years? I'm telling you, you might not be normal, but take the path that is the least traveled. Think about it. The people who've gone on to change the world and change their lives and millions of other people's lives, they've done stuff that most people didn't do. If everybody did the best things they could do to improve their life, then everybody would be successful. But it's only the top 1% who are actually making changes, and that's because they're taking the path that is less traveled. And you need to start adopting that kind of mindset and actually doing that. So if you're watching this video and you're in the state of just watching the self-improvement videos and not really taking action, this is your sign to actually take action. Because I've gassed you up a little bit, telling you you're not normal and that you can actually do more than many of the other people. And that should motivate you into actually taking action. And if it hasn't, I tell you right now, go and do something. Go actually try what you've learned. If you haven't really learned that much, go look into what you can do to improve your life. Start applying the delayed gratification concept to your life. And I know that it will change your life, because it changed mine, and it has changed so many other people's lives as well. So that is the actionable step for this video. That you actually go and you take action today. Because as I said, you might not be normal, but that's great that you're not normal, because you are the only one trying to improve your life. Think about the people that you're around. They waste every single minute of their life, and they don't even know that they shouldn't be doing it. They think it's good to be normal. You know that the norm is weak. You know that the norm is degeneracy. It's disgusting habits and disgusting food, and I don't even know what to say. I've already said so much. You know that's what being normal is. So do you really want to be normal? Beating the 99% is easy, but beating the 1% isn't easy. And you know why? Because they took the path that was less travelled, and they are continuing to take that path. They're going further every single day, and while you're sitting there wasting your time, they are going further. So which team do you want to get onto? 99% or the 1%? So take action today. And don't say, I'm going to do it in a week. I'm going to do it when I watch these more videos. Take action when you watch this video. Go and actually do something. Go and stop your bad habits. Try stopping them and continue to implement new good habits. And remember, if you think that it gets hard and you don't have anyone to talk to, remember, you have to make sacrifices, and you need to choose the sacrifices that are worth it. And I definitely believe that sacrificing being around shitty people for improving your life and getting to be around more good quality people, that is definitely a sacrifice you would want to make. And you probably, when you think about it, have the same idea of which sacrifices are good and bad. If you want to see more videos from a smaller YouTuber like me, click the subscribe button, and remember to put one foot in front of the other.